welcome back to day 14 of the 30-day Feel Good Scoliosis Challenge. Today we're going to be working on our mats again. If you want to get a little bit of extra padding for your knees, I would definitely recommend it. You can put me on pause. So continuing on from what we did yesterday, we're going to move through some cat-cow and a little bit more mobilization for the spine. So we're going to come onto our hands and knees again. And continuing from what we did on yesterday, we're going to move through some cat-cow. So you're going to round into the back, but you're going to push the concave side up more of the thoracic spine, the upper back. And then push the belly down and squeeze more into the convex side. Not getting your full range of motion. Just focusing more on your curve, your scoliosis, trying not to push yourself more into your curve, just taking the movements very slow and very gentle, and remembering to breathe with your movements as well. We exhale as we round and squeeze into the belly. We inhale as we push the belly down and lift the chest. And you can keep moving through this. It does feel very nice. And if you do have a fusion, you're just going to get very slight little bits of movement. You can even push up and down through your hands a little bit, get a little bit of protraction and retraction through the scapula. We're just trying to mobilize our spines and our shoulders a little bit, get a little bit of movement into the body. Get one more cycle of where you're at. And then coming back into a neutral position, we're going to move through a figure of 8. So you're going to imagine that you're drawing an 8 with your belly button. You're going to come up to the side, round, draw that top of the 8, and then cross and back around. Just going around in that 8 movement. Don't worry if you're a little bit lost and confused. We're just moving the body from side to side, coming around to the hips and then up to the front. And then going in the reverse way. So coming round, moving up to the front, getting that figure of 8, but keeping our core muscles engaged, not letting the rib cage collapse. Getting some nice movement into the spine, but also loosening up our wrists a little bit, our shoulders, our hips. And then you can come back to center. Then our last one we're going to do is taking the knees out wide. Bring the toes together. Try and make sure that your toes are equal and you don't have one leg poking further back than the other. Then you're going to come into a child's pose. So you're going to lower the hips down to your heels, and you're going to reach your arms out in front and either lower your forehead onto a block or a book or down onto the mat. And hold here. Get some really nice deep breaths into the back of your rib cage. Now we are getting some traction into the spine again, some elongation into the spine. And if you know your curve type, you can add a little stretch into it. So for right thoracic, left lumbar, maybe you take your left hand and cross it over your right. Just to open up through those left ribs a little bit more, but don't let the left rib collapse down. You want to keep it up. And if you have the opposite, you would just be doing the opposite of what I just said. If you don't know, then please just stay straight and don't do anything. Just lengthen the spine and breathe. 3 more deep breaths here. Focus your breath into those concave areas if you know where they are. Just trying to get as much space in between our ribs as possible. And then slowly bringing yourself back up. That was lovely. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you tomorrow.